I bet 90 of you couldn't tell me what this piece is. So you can probably tell that it's a hunk of plastic. But this hunk of plastic lets me do this. Wait, this. I'll explain how this works in a minute. So you can see here that there's a little stick there that kind of protrudes. When there's BBs in there, that will be down and won't catch on that. But when it's empty, it pushes it up like this. So it puts pressure so it will hold the slide back. But if you put that piece that we just made in here, it'll hold it down. So that way, when you push it in, there is no pressure put on that bar, which then locks the slide. So now, that's free to move, and so is the slide. So as you fire, it can rack, but no BB escapes. This is a huge fix for making movies cheaply. It was just kit bashed. I took the letter piece off of the sprue, as well as a sprue bar with one side a little flattened so it has more to adhere. And I'll make it all in real time, no cuts, right now. You'll see all of my mistakes and everything. You can just see how easy it is to make. Now, just a warning and a reminder that this is still a cheap little piece of plastic. It will fail. Don't try to force it into your magazine, because if you do, it will get stuck. Things can happen where it might ruin your airsoft gun. This is meant to be more like little effects, you know? But it works. So you'll see that I'm just getting the letters off there, so I have more of a flat surface. Be very careful, use a sharp knife so you don't use too much pressure, because the last thing you need is a trip to the hospital to get stitches on your thumb. I just sand it down to make it a little bit more smooth. And then I cut out a little notch, because on my airsoft gun, and this may not be with yours, but on my airsoft gun, there's a little feeder piece that pushes through a little lower than the actual receiver. So I want to make that little space to be able to compensate for that. Now just glue the flattened part on there. I'm using Mr. Cement. I actually recommend this stuff a lot. It is my favorite. I love it. I saw it once in a Plasmo video, and ever since then I had to have it. So cut off excess sprue, and then cut it down to the shape that you need it. Now your shape might vary. I do a V kind of shape. That's just because it's easier for me to get into the magazine. Of course, if you have a bigger base, that might be better and hold better into the magazine. But the way that mine is, it's a lot easier to do it with a V shape. So that's what I do. This one is the fourth one I'll be making. Not that I need that many, but you know, they're cheap, so I can replace them. Now, the Mr. Cement kind of causes the plastic to melt to each other, so it shouldn't break apart too easy, but things happen. So keep that in mind when you're making this. And that's all it is to you. And to prove to you that it works, I'm going to use it still in this cut, so don't worry. I just trimmed it down a little bit more because I thought it was a little too big. But like I said, in one cut, I'll make it and prove to you that it works. So you can see me just trying to fiddle it in there. I noticed that it would be able to go in, it was just caught on something. Do not try to force it into the magazine. And remember to rack. Alright, hope you enjoyed.